Hello YouTube friends, this is Recovering Yankee, and I got my Tribest Slowstar, and I'm going to unbox it and see how it looks. I wanted to show you what it is, how it looks, and how it makes me feel. It says, welcome to the Health Tribe. Let me get this on the floor here. Nice box, by the way. Looks like, wow, it's real nice. Has a lot of features. Low speed 47 RPM, 200 watt motor, which is pretty strong. 3-stage reduction gears, which makes it a little more torque. Double-edged dual blade item, that's the one that's right here. BPA free food contact parts, juicing and mincing attachments, quiet operation, great for families. Okay, I've been saving for this for a while now. And I'm very happy that I purchased this. I did not get this from Tribest at all. I paid for this 100%. And maybe they'll give me some money or whatever for doing this work for them. This advertising for them. Right, this is the top part of the mechanism right here. This is the pusher. You put the vegetables and fruit in here. Push them down with that. There's a strainer. Nice. Really impressive. Everything fits tightly in the box. Look at this. It's even wrapped in wrapping around the outside. Okay. Take this, look at this, nice styrofoam for later use or something. This is the actual motor itself, motor head. The motor is, what's the price? Okay, wow, did a nice job packing these box up. Let's see what's in here. Okay, we got juice containers, 2 of them. Instructions with a clean brush. And this is the attachment you can use to make like peanut butter, nut butter, sorbets, different kinds of ice cream, sorbets and ice cream. And let's see what the motor looks like. What are we doing here? Oh, tape on the bottom here. I like this motor. It's nice and heavy. It's got a good heavy feeling to it. Remember the days when things were heavy? You pick up the old-fashioned phones, pick it up, talk to your friend, hey, how you doing? If they mess up with you, you go, screw you, and you bang, you knock it down, right? Because it was heavy in your hand. This thing is heavy. Heavy makes me feel good. Now, that does not imply that if they just put weight at the bottom, it's going to be a good machine. But I feel that heavy is good. Heavy and sturdy is good. Look at this. Okay, so obviously the strainer. All these things have to be cleaned. What I'm going to do is, after I get everything out of the packaging, I'm going to clean it. I'll put it, obviously I'm putting it on pause while I'm not going to clean it in front of you. You can see that. I don't know how that comes out. Nope, just slides it out, okay. Obviously this goes here like this somehow. I'm going to have to read the instructions too, of course. Let's see here, we got some inside grooves. All these grooves have to be lined up. There's probably a way to see where it's indented here, 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 and here. So I got to find 1, 2, 3 major indents. Let's see if it just goes on anyway. It doesn't go that way. Looks like it might go this way. Now, why did Recovering Yankee buy this juicer? because I'm going to use the juicer to supplement my rice diet. Anyway, I don't know how that goes on yet. I'll read the instructions. But apparently this goes in here. This goes on top. Not all put together yet. And this is the pusher, so put the fruit and vegetables in there like this. Turn it on. I'll read these instructions. You put 1 cup underneath the, this is going to be the exhaust spout, this is going to be the juice spout. Put 1 cup under the exhaust spout and 1 cup under the juice spout. And I guess you could put, if you wanted, you could put the strainer right inside the spout and it would get any extra pulp out. Now, I've been reading all sorts of articles. I'll put it on pause for a second.
Yeah.
This is a book by Dr. Walker, Walker's Juice Book, okay? And I think that I need to do some serious maintenance with my body, serious upkeep and serious preventative measures. So I'm going to start juicing. I'm going to go on the juice cleanse for 7 days with nothing but celery juice in the morning. Then I'm going to eat fruit throughout the day, and I'm going to be eating rice at night. And I'm going to use all 3 to propel me into healthiness. Okay? Now, the celery juice has some benefits. I've been reading about them in here. Let me read what it says. The greatest value of raw celery lies in the fact that it contains an exceptionally high percentage of vital organic sodium. It is one of the chemical properties of sodium to maintain calcium in solution. This is particularly the case in the human system, as we will presently see. Raw celery contains more than 4 times as much vital organic sodium as it does calcium. This fact makes it one of the most valuable juices for people who have used concentrated sugars and starches, donuts, spaghetti, rice, etc. In fact, every food and food product containing flour comes under the classification of concentrated, manufactured, or processed. And every food product containing any of it, including candies, soft drinks, commercial ice creams, etc., come very definitely under the classification of concentrated carbohydrates. Experience has definitely taught us, however, I don't have my glasses on, so excuse me, it's hard to read. Experience has definitely taught us, however, that such foods are destructive and their continued use results in nourishment deficiency. What follows is an alarming number of ailments. We have found that such concentrated carbohydrates are without question among the most destructive of our civilized foods. The human digestive process were never intended by nature to be called upon to convert these so-called foods into nourishment for the cells and tissues of the body. Even from before adolescence, the results of such food are apparent in degeneration of the human system. To consider the brief span of 2 or 3 score years as constituting old age is nothing less than a downright insult to nature and to our Creator. It is shameful admission that we do not know how to live and have not taken the trouble to learn first principles of regenerating our body. It is a confession that we eat ourselves into the grave by catering to our appetites. In the first place, calcium is one of the most essential elements in our diet, but it must be consumed organically and through vitally organic atoms. When any calcium-containing food is cooked or processed, as in any of the above-mentioned carbohydrate foods, the calcium is automatically converted into inorganic atoms. As such, they are not soluble in water and they cannot furnish the nourishment which the cells in our body require for regeneration. Furthermore, enzymes destroyed at temperature of 130 degrees Fahrenheit and above convert the atoms into dead matter. The result is that such foods literally clog up the system, resulting in conditions as arthritis, diabetes, coronary heart disturbances, varicose veins, hemorrhoids, gall, and kidney stones. In the second place, these deposits of inorganic calcium, being void of life, increase cumulatively, and when nothing is done to rid the body of them. In the presence of vital organic sodium, however, with the assistance of other elements and processes described later in this book, they can be dislodged and maintained in solution until they have been eliminated from the system. These processes are set forth in greater detail in our discussion of arthritis in this book. Sodium plays a very important part in the physiological processes of the body, one of the most important being the maintenance of the fluidity of the blood and the lymph in preventing their becoming too thick. The only sodium that is of any value in this respect, however, is the vital organic sodium, which is derived from fresh vegetables and some fruits. So, years ago, when I wore a younger man's clothes, that's a quote from Billy Joel, the Piano Man, I used to drink carrot juice. I was buying 50-pound bags of carrot juice each week. 50-pound bags of carrots each week, and I was juicing them, and I had a Champion juicer. And when I lived in New York, I had a Jack LaLanne juicer. It's a high-speed juicer. And the Champion was a slow-speed juicer. Didn't cook the food, but it didn't have a powerful motor or a good design. And when you push the food through, it would get hot. And you would touch it, you'd burn your hand. So the high-speed juicer was just as hot. So I found that those two juicers don't work. The high-speed juicer that I got from Jack LaLanne, eventually I sold it. I also sold the Champion. Because this is a very slow-speed juicer. I've seen the reviews for it. And I'm very happy to start using this. Now, let me talk to you for a second about the rice diet. The rice diet does work with fruit and rice. There's one problem, though. I do not think, unless you're under some kind of supervision all the time, I do not think the rice diet is long-term sustainable. And why do I say that? Because it creates hunger in me and everyone else that tries it. And then when you're hungry, and I'm talking very real hunger, you start binging on things like sweets or, fried food or French fries. It doesn't matter. You just start binging on things, and then you gain all the weight back in 2 days. You can have it all. You can lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks, and then go eat some junk food right after doing the rice diet, and go right back up to the same weight. So I don't think it's super sustainable unless you have either incredible strong willpower, in which case the diet will work, or if you have under supervision, like they have the Rice House in North Carolina, where you go there and you live there, like Judy Moskowitz did. You go there and live there. They have nurses that give you the food that you're supposed to be eating, and you're not allowed to eat anything else. So I don't have that kind of willpower, and I don't have the Rice House. So I'm taking this next step to further increase my health. I'm going to do the celery juice cleanse for 7 days, where I drink nothing but celery juice in the morning, and then go to the fruit and the rice for night. Then, once I get used to that celery juice, and I've flushed all this junk out of my body, then I'm going to start adding things like carrots, cucumbers, and a whole bunch of other vegetables, spinach and kale, onions, things like that. And I'm going to start putting them in the juicer in the morning, because there's a lot of good juices in here, beets and things like that. So I'm going to start making all these very extreme juices, and they're going to just supercharge my health, like a supercharger on a Dodge Demon. They're going to just supercharge my health and bring me from 0 to 60 in 2.1 seconds. Anyway, first thing I'm going to do, that's kind of a preview of what I'm planning to do in the future. The juicing plus the rice diet. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash this, wash all these parts, clean up the kitchen because I've got all this cardboard here that's got to go away. And then I'm going to start making the celery juice. I'm also going to, off camera, clean all the celery because I know celery is dirty. I bought organic celery, but it's still dirty. And I'm going to clean it, put it in a big container, and I'm going to take this and put it up on the table there, and I'm going to start plunging all the celery through, make juice. Okay, so I'm going to put this on pause, and I'm going to do everything I just said. Thank you.